to see from a defense. Give up an opening drive touchdown, that's fine. But how about them going back out there, recommitting themselves to the task at hand, and forcing a 3-and-out and giving the ball back to their offense?
This is taken at the 18. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Bengals will take over here, 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
He spun right around one defender, but it only winds up gaining about 3, and it's 2nd down. Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw. Flush to his right. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the 1st down marker. 2nd quarter action, 1:56 remaining. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this 2nd week of the regular season. And he's got Hurst, his tight end. And he is going to have a Bengals 1st down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. Now Burrow on 1st down. And again, that's Hurst. He had a great move, but he'll still be stopped shy of midfield.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on 1st down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. The thing that they'll be looking at is a spot of the football, and this is always such a tough one for officials to get exactly right.
Not just because of how fast the game's going, but just trying to get the right sight line to the football. That's not always easy. We'll see what they decide here.
1st down. Here's Burrow. So that challenge, a successful one. On 2nd and 10, Burrow. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Boyd. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10. Here's Burrow. Airing one out for Boyd. And that is caught at the 10-yard line. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Well, he gets attended to. He'll step aside. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down. Burrow looking to pass to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
And he'll try and throw here on the fake. To the right side and complete to Hurst. They lost a big chunk, 6 yards there, and it leads to 4th down. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. McPherson's kick is good. And that will do it for this 1st half. So we have reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Bengals out in front. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit, but first it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. We begin with a game that Coach Madden should probably shield his eyes from, a rematch of the Immaculate Reception. The Silver and Black taking on Pittsburgh. And it's the Raiders who have the lead in that one. Derek Carr lighting it up. 3 touchdown passes there. From there, we head over to MetLife Stadium to check in on the Jets. And they currently trail in that game against the visiting Patriots. Mac Jones with a couple of touchdown passes. Finally, we head to the shores of Lake Erie. See what's going on with the Cleveland Browns. And this one going the visitors' way, as the Texans have the lead in that one. Brandon Cooks, a touchdown reception. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Bears going to see the football first, and they trail here as we get back underway to start this second half. And a nifty return there all the way across the 40.
During the week, the special teams coach puts together a game plan that he presents to the head coach. And in every game plan, there's one big play that he points to the head coach and says, listen, when we need it, we can go to it. I think they did exactly that on that one.
And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. Coming right, this is Montgomery on the toss. Now we're going to get a stoppage. There appears to be an injured Bear on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. On third down, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
A very good kick there, but 15 yards on the return. And the Bengals will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line. He'll hand it off here. This is Mixon. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. 5 yards remain on second down. Once again, they run with Mixon. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
On third down, Burrow steps away. He's got a first down past the 30. And he's going to get this to the 40-yard line.
Now that definitely hurts because the mindset is getting a 3 and out there, and they don't get it done. They give up the scramble and a pickup for a first down.
Out to his left. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down. We're glad you're with us from Soldier Field in Chicago. Third quarter here, 2nd and 10. Meanwhile, Burrow's throw caught by Higgins. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 45-yard line.
Here we go. Big 13. Big 13.
Now it's Burrow. Steps away to his left. Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. This is caught inside the 15. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. A big play that time through the air. 36 yards. I guess that answers the question of whether or not they're going to try to play conservative and protect this lead in the third quarter.
And I think this is something we're seeing more and more of in the NFL. Teams not playing to protect leads, teams playing to extend them.
And this one incomplete. Oh, a dangerous throw. Nearly picked off in the end zone, but instead second down. Second down and goal. Burrow. The quick slant caught. They'll wind up getting 7 on the completion, but they'll still be faced now with a 3rd and goal situation. And Burrow going to throw again. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. Call it a loss of 2 there on the play. And that will bring up an interesting decision here on 4th and goal. McPherson's kick is good. And that will open the lead up now to 20-7. So the lead grows here incrementally, but I think the way their defense is playing, you feel okay with just getting 3.
They've definitely been stout so far, but now that could all change because if one guy gets loose for 70 yards, this is a different game. But as it stands, field goals are good. Just keep adding to that lead.
Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Back to Montgomery on 2nd down. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And he finds Beasley complete. And he will have the Bears 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Good yardage on the completion there. When they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. 2nd and 3. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 40. They'll look to throw again. He'll leave it for Montgomery, complete. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down. Back to throw again. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 27. 30. 20. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for a Bengals TD. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. This one fielded at the 5. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And that last pick 6 may have been the backbreaker as they now face a 3-score deficit in the 4th quarter. They need nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. They'll drop to throw. On the left side, he finds Beasley. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a fourth down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. Again, he'll drop to throw. And he finds Montgomery complete. That catch good for only a couple. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And this one caught by Beasley. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. And it's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And the Bengals are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line, and I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Mixon with a first down carry. Even with that broken tackle, he'll be brought down short of the 15. Jalen Johnson up to make the tackle. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. Oh, now look at this. They're lining up to add 3 more. A little insult to injury here late in the game. From the right hash, this from 33. And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these two teams meet. But until then, this game's over. So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for Cincinnati, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory.
today, from Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, it's Week 3 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Cincinnati Bengals.
Right at the convergence of the Three Rivers on Art Rooney Drive, we welcome you to Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. This was the scene just a few moments ago as the Pittsburgh faithful were fired up by the hometown Steelers taking the field. They're all set as they'll match up with the Cincinnati Bengals. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, we look at this Steeler ball club entering play. The losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
This one fielded at the 5. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. Time to see the Bengals offense go to work, and leading them out, the #1 overall pick in the 2020 draft, Joe Burrow, now his second season out of LSU.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
Throwing now, Burrow on first down. Oh, he shifts past him. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard. Second-round pick. This is Joe Mixon. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4. And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. Burrow will throw, rolling to his left. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like right at the 40.
That's something you have to be aware of as a defense and have to find a way to account for him. And if you're not going to use a spy, you're telling your guys to keep your eyes on him, because when he breaks out and makes plays like that, all he does is hurt you.
Have to at least be able to contain him somewhat. There they could not. They'll run on first down. Mixon.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And the catch made, it's Tyler Boyd. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Burrow being chased out left. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line.
And we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But, you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
Here we go.
On first down, Mixon looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
They're passing here. Joe Burrow sliding out of the pocket. Over the middle, that's caught by Chase. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. The numbers a week ago for Chase. He was no doubt a key piece to their puzzle in that victory.
And when this offense plays well, you just know he's going to be in the middle of everything, don't you? I mean, defense is going to say, we've got to take this guy away. He doesn't allow himself to be taken away, does he?
First and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. They'll give it to Mixon. And he pulls his way into the end zone for a Bengal touchdown. Joe Mixon, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Bengals take it right down and score on the opening drive. Well, first quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. A 10-play drive that time. And it all culminated in the touchdown run coming from Joe Mixon. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. So here are the Steelers now to take over for the first time. And a glance here at their quarterback standing 6'3".
And what I loved about meeting with him before the game was talking to a guy who takes ownership of his performance. 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions last week, but all he focused on was the loss, okay? And he did say, if I change my stats a little bit, not necessarily for me to look better, but that'll help my team.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. From the gun, Pickett toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
From the gun on 3rd down. Pickett. And that one off the mark. A little late with a throw. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
On 4th down, the rookie Presley Harvin on to punt for the Steelers. As he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. And this will be taken at the 13. So possession goes over here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their 2nd drive. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10 at the 20. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Dancing to his left. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big connection on that one. 36 yards.
Here we go. Can.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Here we go.
Now Burrow. Past the 20. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A big play that time through the air. 37 yards.
We spent a lot of time talking about what's going on the field. How about off the field with the evaluation? And they spent a lot of time saying, we've got to get a rookie in here who has big playability. And that's exactly what we're seeing here early in his career.
Drafted him in the spring. Here he is early in the fall making an impact. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. Cameron Hayward getting upfield to make the stop.
He's already found the end zone once in this half, and they do a nice job there pushing him backwards and denied his bid for a second score.
So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. They'll set up the throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Touchdown! Hayden Hurst, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bengals are able to grow their lead.
Well, we know someone just added to his touchdown passing total, but all he did was get the ball out quickly to his tight end and let him take care of business the rest of the way.
McPherson now for the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it ends with a Bengals score. So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their 2nd offensive possession. They're staring at a 2-touchdown deficit, 14-0 the score as they regroup with 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Pickett. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
That's complete to his tight end, Freiermuth. And he will have a Steelers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down, and I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
Now a 1st down carry for Harris. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
To throw on 2nd down. Pickett. It's brought in by Harris. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12. Looking to throw. Pickett. Throw left side complete. That's Miller. And to the 46 he goes and no further. So he is well short of the first down marker. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Forced out to his left. Trying to get it to Chase, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it's a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. Again, it's Harris on 2nd down. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. On 3rd and 2, Pickett. He's got the tight end, Sternberger. And in for the Steelers, touchdown. Jace Sternberger from 3 yards out. And the Steelers have now made this a 1-score game. Extra point put through by Boswell. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Here again comes Joe Burrow and the offense for the Bengals. He's got the lead here in the 2nd quarter. He's thrown the touchdown, but also an interception. Trying to get it to Chase, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
On first down, Pickett, and that'll be incomplete.
I think we can all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into bigger points. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here. Getting 3 points at the end of this drive, that would feel disappointing.
In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Johnson. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Back to throw. Pickett. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Pickett. It's incomplete to Harris. Now the Steelers use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. Now they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end. Complete. Touchdown! Pat Freiermuth with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half. Boswell for the extra point. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. of 6 plays. And it ends with a Pittsburgh touchdown. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And they've got a little under 40 seconds to go if they want to try to put something together here. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. It got his man complete. And all the way down to the 40-yard line. A big play there just before halftime.
Now that certainly solidifies how to attack this 2-minute drill right before the half. I don't think they were going to try and run out the clock, but now after that big play, their thoughts are certainly of trying to score and get some points before the half.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. So we've hit halftime and we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. Party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic, no need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Looking to throw. Pickett. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. So, Charles, tie game here. What are your keys as we continue to play this second half?
I know people think it's always trite when you say the same things over and over, but they're tried and true in the game of football. Who's going to block better? Who's going to tackle better? In this case, to me, it's turnovers. You've got to take care of the football in order to win the game.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Operating from the gun. Pickett. Open man, that's the tight end Freiermuth. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
That's a big gainer on that play, and from experience, I can tell you, that's where defensive backs will come into the huddle and say, guys, how about some pass rush? But you're going to say it nicely because those big guys up front, they don't like being criticized very much. Quarterbacks in this league, you know they'll pick you apart if you give them time like that to find receivers downfield.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Harris. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40.
Oh, that's a very good run there by Najee Harris, who can take it inside. He can get to the perimeter. He can do it all with his build and his speed. This is a guy coming out of Alabama who did everything for the Crimson Tide. That's why Pittsburgh took him in the 1st round. Last in the league in rushing as a team last year were the Steelers. They're expecting Harris to kickstart their running game.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 41. On the ground, it's Harris. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator. I think he's a little trigger-happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. He finds his man, complete. It's Harris, and he's going to get this inside the 30.
Another to catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time, they pick up a first down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
Tackle made that time by B.J. Hill.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And not much, maybe a yard down to the 23. An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7. Back to throw. Pickett. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down. Throwing on first down. Pickett. On the right side, this is Miller. That catch good for only a couple. On second down, this is Harris. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. A field goal would get him the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Pickett. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. B.J. Hill drops him for a 4-yard loss there, and that brings up 4th down. Boswell's kick is good. And they take a 17-14 lead. They don't get a touchdown here in the opening drive of the 3rd quarter, but I think maybe you still say mission accomplished as they come away with the lead.
No, absolutely. You keep the pressure on, right? You go downfield, get some points up on the board, and hope that you motivated your defense to take the field and hold that lead.
Now whistles, and we've got a man down. A man down here following the kickoff. The Bengals drive about to get going. And they find themselves down on the scoreboard following the field goal a moment ago.
And I think even though they trail in the game now, I would consider that a win for their defense.
It's caught inside the 25. And he's able to get it all the way down to the 20. A big play there for Cincinnati.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
McPherson's kick is good. And that will finish off this 3rd quarter of play. And they won't be able to run another play. Time has expired on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. 17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And we essentially have a brand new ball game. After that last field goal has tied us all up, we brace for what should be an exciting rest to this 4th quarter. A bit of an opening there on the first down run as they get this forward for about 6 yards. Working with a 2nd and 4. Back to throw. Pickett. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down. The Steelers send out their punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. This is fielded at the 7. Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Bengals drive about to get going. Oh, heck of a move.
Man.
And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. To throw again on second down. Burrow escaping the pressure right. Good footwork at the 30. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. And now hang tight here. Quarterback Joe Burrow yet to get up after that play. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. First throw now for the backup, Allen. Allen, nifty footwork. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Well, there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the 4th quarter, picking up the first.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time. And that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down.
How many times have we seen this late in the 4th quarter? Because you know the pass rush is getting after him, and they get upfield, get that great push, and what do they create? Space.
And that'll be touchdown Bengals. It's Tyler Boyd. Tyler Boyd there to make the grab. And the Bengals have broken our tie as they take the lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. Plenty of time on the clock.
Like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Now that's the type of play that gives you a chance to win. Nothing forced downfield where you don't have a guy open. Swing it out to the back, maybe even check it down, whatever you want to call it. Gain of 5. You're just trying to get 4 on 1st down. They're ahead of the chains now. 2020 was a strong draft for receivers, and the Steelers got an excellent one in the 2nd round in Chase Claypool out of Notre Dame. 11 total touchdowns last year. Among rookies, only Jonathan Taylor of the Colts had more. A strong catch there.
So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Now a throw here to his running back. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Back to throw. And his throw here's incomplete.
Ooh, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. A big play there on the screen pass. They're good at running the screen. Sometimes it's probably taken for granted, though. You need a good deal of deception in there, don't you?
You certainly do. And you know what else you need? The people who aren't involved in the deception to make sure they hold their blocks and someone doesn't flash too quickly in the face of the quarterback.
So that time they get the tight end on the hold.
Normally he's a pretty good run blocker, but this time he just didn't get his arms extended and let go quickly enough. The flag came out as a result.
back to throw. And he's got it. A gain of 9 there. Sets up 2nd and goal. Now the Steelers hustling up to the line of scrimmage. He'll look to throw. Oh, no, he lost the football. So crisis averted, but now facing 3rd and goal. Able to hold him to just 2 yards, and now it's 4th and goal. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And, oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And the Bengals have just about sewn up this football game. They'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he'll take this one only up to about the 21. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this 4th quarter. Here we go with Burrow. He'll buy some time right. He'll air this one out for Boyd. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Buying time to his left. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. And they will take a knee here. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. And they take a knee. So with that knee, 3 weeks in the books, and they creep above 500 now at 2-1.
You know, I played with a guy once after taking a knee at the end of the game, and he came in and grabbed the equipment manager and said, make sure you watch that spot, you know, special, because I just took a knee for a win. That tells you how much guys enjoy that, because getting a win, no one takes it for granted.
And supreme confidence in the kicker turns to supreme failure, as that is obviously no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the Bengals, it's back-to-back victories now after the Week 1 defeat as they move to 2-1. And they'll return home next week to take on the Jacksonville Jaguars. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Lambeau to take on the Packers.